Hey, what's up? I'm Ga. This is 7 Mortal Sins. Welcome. Today I got a guide video for you on Christmas Satan. She's one of the most highly anticipated characters pretty much since launch. Quick disclaimer though, she is considered broken at plus 15 and usable at plus 1 and any other percent. But biggest reason for her being broken, or people saying she's broken, is because of her being plus 15, which we'll get into when we look at her skills. Speaking of skills, let's go ahead and look at her passive to start off with. Darkness Guardian. When battle starts, she gains permanent immunity to Charm, Freeze, and Headwind. And if you're not sure what Headwind is the debuff that prevents you from gaining move gauge buffs. So Wrath Bankai, before dealing any attack or while taking damage, grants the caster 1 stack of Wrath. When the turn starts, if Wrath has been stacked up to 5, grants the caster Bankai while dealing special move. Wrath is attack plus 7, she gets 5 stacks. Bankai, she deals normal attack level 1 every time she attacks, and increases her speed by, I think it's like 35% maybe? Unstackable, lasts for the whole battle. Summit War. Yes. This basically just says if your opponent is using regular Satan, you get more attack. Cool. Very nice. Neat. Alright, so this is the reason why she's considered broken at plus 15. Her CT at plus 15 is 0, and that only happens once she gets to plus 15. And what that means is she can use her ult immediately as soon as the battle starts. And what her ult does, deals 700 attack as damage. It says inflict stun with a 50% chance, but I think that's just because of the blood pact that I have on her. She doesn't normally have that, I don't think. Before the action, grants the caster Bankai and decreases all enemies' move gauge by 75%. So yeah, that's why she's broken, being able to immediately use this and push all the enemies back. And probably kill something. If the target is defeated, deals 660 attack as extra pursuit damage on the enemy with the highest HP. Bankai, you already know what Bankai does, it was in her passive. Then her power attack deals 400 damage, inflicts Dark Prison Damnation and Stun. Again, I don't think she actually has stun on it, it's just because of the blood pact I have on her. Before the action, removes all allies' block revive status. If she crits, she gets damage reduction. And after the action, inflicts stun on 3 tech type enemies with the highest move gauge. Dark Prison Damnation is a speed debuff by 35%, and her all damage reduction lasts for 1 turn. Basic attack is 107 attack is damage 3 times, inflicts listless, and grants the caster critical effect. If total number of turns is under 25, she gets a shield. If the target's HP is above 60% after dealing damage, she deals an extra 200%. Listless is attack debuff, crit is crit. She can stack up to 5 times for 25% crit rate. And she gets a 10,000 HP shield, which is really good. Alright, so let's go over some builds for her now. In my opinion, there are 2 ways you can build her. You can either build her speed, like I have her. Like, my whole premise for her build is to be able to just go first and nuke the enemy's move gauge just into the ground so that the rest of my team can just follow up. Or you can build her attack. You can either have her on Nightshade, a 4-piece Nightshade like I have her on, or a 4-piece Chaos, and just pump attack. I would only recommend doing that if you have a dedicated speed buffer. Someone like Furka or Race Raphael, someone who can just boost her move gauge so that she's able to just pump out attacks. Otherwise, go with speed. So I've got 4-piece Slayer, speed main stat 2. This is also highly recommended. And then on 6, I've got attack percent and crit rate on my slot 4. And I've got a 2-piece Slayer set for that extra crit damage. So if you look down here at her values, at max karma, she has 30% crit rate, and with her passives, she gives herself another 25%. So she essentially has 55% crit rate inherently. So you really don't need to build too much crit rate on her. You want to focus more on getting as much attack and as much crit damage as you possibly can. That's what's really going to beef up her numbers. And she is like a DPS / support. She does have some supportive abilities, being able to nuke enemy move gauge. But she's also dealing tons of damage while she's doing that. And yeah, that's pretty much her build. Her 2 recommended builds, I would say. I mean, she's gonna slap no matter what you put on her, honestly. Like, if you want to be spicy and try to get her to 100% crit rate, I'm not gonna stop you. If you just want to slap on like all the crit damage you can, sure, why not? Maybe you have an attack buffer on your team as well, go for it. And then speaking of teammates, so if we back out here, some good teammates for her are, like I said, anyone that can boost her move gauge, boost her speed. You know, somebody like, that is the wrong Raph. Where is she? Where'd she go? Where you at? Someone like this Raphael, who can boost your team's speed. You can also use someone like Furka, who can boost speed and move gauge. She also really likes Metatron to help her not be CC'd. Like, if your Christmas Satan has really high attack and is one of the 1 or 2 highest attack characters on your team, depending on your Metatron skill level, she's going to block CC, which is really good. You can also use characters like Leviathan, OG Leviathan. She's got that Jealousy Vortex right here. She's going to boost speed, so your Christmas Satan can just get out there, throw her ult out. You can also use somebody like Sariel, who just has a passive that increases your team's speed by 10% for the whole battle. Right here, Air Wings. And that's all the recommendations that I have. Satan's kind of an all-rounder. She can kind of go in like a lot of different teams, but she's more of a dedicated DPS that you build your team around. Let me see if there's anybody else that I recommend pairing her up with. Oh yeah, so almost forgot. One last recommendation, an attack buffer, right? So I mentioned that earlier. You can use someone like Summer Leviathan, who just increases all allies' attack. You can use somebody like Maman, who I believe increases team attack with her skill 2. Yep, attack plus 20%. That's also really good. You know, just someone to augment Christmas Satan's abilities is really what you want. She's kind of the center of the team. And that's it. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.